Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Oh, everybody. Thank you. They love us. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please stop clapping. Everybody, please, please, please. Welcome. Welcome. Calm down. Yes, stop. Thank you. Ooh, that was abrupt. All right. Welcome everybody to a new episode of Super MC.
What up? What up?
What up?
What up, world? What up?
I am John Pelham, and I have with me today my hosts.
Ladies
Lord
first.
Smoke Bruja.
Yes, yes.
Salute, salute. And I am Vic Virtuous. What up, people?
What up, y'all? We're excited for tonight. Tonight is about 1993. All the music that came out, well, not all the music, but highlights of the music that came out in 1993. There's just so much dope music that it just boggled my mind. And in 93, at least for some of us, I graduated high school that year. I don't know about y'all, so we can start putting it in the chats now. Let us know, where were you in 93? Were you in high school? Were you in grade school? Were you in college? Where were you? Were you just hanging out?
Even born yet?
Were you even born yet? Let us know where you was at in 1993. How about you, Smoke? Where were you at in 93?
I was graduating high school in 1993.
Word.
I graduated. I was only 17 years old.
Wow. See?
Yep.
Same here.
I was one of the youngest people in my class.
Oh, really?
Word. Yeah.
All right. Look at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Wepa, born genius.
Holla.
Yeah, but then I was a mom soon after.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my baby girl in October 94.
So
yeah.
93 really was the year for you.
Yeah, it was that year. 1993 was that year. So many mistakes.
Something happened in 93 because suddenly 94 you were like, hey, there's a mini me. All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up, though. That's what's up. That's life, and we love that. And we love that you share that too. We love that. See, this is Super MC. This is hip hop. So you know what? We're gonna get right to it. We're not gonna mess around. And also this evening, we do have special guests coming on at the 7:30 point of the show. Shout out to the Amphibians. They have an album out right now. You need to go check it. The single's called Breathe. We're going to talk about them more and their lineage and their connection to all of this later on this evening. But right now, we're going to get started because there's just so much dope music. We're going to just get going. All right. So this first song.
Tiger style.
Tiger style.
Yeah.
We'll start strong. Let's start with
Word. Ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. There's no place to hide once I step inside the room. Dr. Doe, prepare for the boom. Bam! Oh man! Slam! Damn! I scream like Tarzan. I be tossing and forcing. My style is awesome. I'm causing more family food than Richard Dawson. And the survey said you're dead. Baby flying guillotine chops off your fucking head. Mister, who is that? Hey yo, the who is back? Making niggas go whoa whoa. Like on Super Cat. Me fear no one. Oh no, here comes the Wu-Tang Shogun. Killer to the eardrum. Put the needle to the groove, I get screwed and I'm forced to fuck it up. My style carries like a pickup truck. Cross the clear blue yonder. See, the time to see a slam tracks like quarterback sacks from LT. Now I try and test the rebel lioness. Lessons to work, I earth slam your best. You stop bake the cake, then take the cake and eat it too with my crew while we head state to state. And if you want beef, then bring the buckets. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wait from the motherfucking something busted. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Crazy. I do remember the first time I heard Wu-Tang. I do remember.
Okay.
Yo, I remember I was pregnant with my daughter, and it was me and my brother chilling in the living room, and we had new neighbors. And one of the kids that moved in was around my brother's age, but he was like super annoying. So, and they actually moved here from New York. So Wu-Tang comes on TV and he's like, oh, I heard of them. They're from where I'm from. So my brother and I to piss him off. We were like, nah, fuck them, they suck. Just to piss him off. Just to piss him off. Yeah.
About that. People can't.
We were lying.
People can't come around folk too excited about some shit because then somebody else is like, I just found to shoot it down because you're too excited. You were too into the whole, yo, they from where I'm from. So y'all was like, fuck that.
Yeah. So we were just like, all right, dude, but y'all moved here though.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So Woo, they came in. Now the great thing, shout out to Joe Villa. He'll be on tonight in a little bit. Shout out to Lynn Smalls. Shout out to everyone that's watching.
What up, Lynn?
Let's put in the comments. Let us know where y'all are from, where y'all are at right now. You know what I'm saying? When you're joining us. So the great thing about 93 is that 36 Chambers and Midnight Marauders came out on the same day. The same day. That's insane. Like right there, that's almost enough hip hop for that year just to dig into and digest. Like Woo's first album and Tribe's quintessential third album. Like that's the same day.
Yo, we gotta touch on the Woo real quick because the Woo, it wasn't just another album dropping. They started a revolution, a new style in hip hop that had never, in my opinion, been seen before. As far as incorporating the old martial arts style, imagery, like sonically. These are things that I grew up watching and listening to when I was young. Channel 5 drive-in Saturday morning kung fu movies. So I forgot the name of the brothers that the karate
Shaw brothers.
Shaw brothers. Yes.
Run Shaw.
Exactly. Yes. So the fact that they incorporated them in the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang, literally the Wu-Tang into their music was groundbreaking. And I have many ill memories about Wu, but one in particular I got into, and I wasn't driving, I was on the passenger side. A car accident one night. With my head, I always used to walk around with my headphones on, and I had the headphones on in the car, and it was a group of people kind of like carpooling in the back seat, like 6 people sitting, 3 people on top of the other. And I'm sitting in the passenger side, and this kid is raining out, and he swerves off the road on Canal Road in Princeton. If y'all know that area, it's crazy. And it was the big tower poles or whatever. The car crashed into the pole. And all I remember was can it all be so simple? Still rocking in the headphones after the accident. And that would always stick with me to this. Yeah, will always stick with me to this day. The car was tilted up on the side, and everything was just like you hear the girl crying and screaming in the background, and you still hear the music rocking in the headphones. And I'm like, wow, that was an ill memory that I kept with me all these years. Yeah. So when I look at the video and I hear the rain, as you hear that Gladys or that that sample, everybody's talking about the old days, that always flashes back in my head with that song. So
that's mad eerie because the song has these eerie vibes already.
Exactly.
Has these eerie vibes. So you telling that story and hearing the girl in the background and having the song playing.
It's a message.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, Wu's gonna have their own night. It's gonna be several episodes of Wu because I mean, come on, you got the Wu-Tang albums, then you got the solo efforts. It's just a whole
classics.
So that, like we said, the same day that Wu-Tang dropped, you had this drop.
Lyrics to go.
Oh my God.
Lyrics to go. Lyrics to go. Lyrics to go. Lyrics to go. Going on and on to the rhythm variation. Waking in the morning, I still represent the nation. When I speak a nation, please don't make the deviation. Rebels of the party who create the drum sensation. Mind is a pit of different information. Microphone is on, so I cause communication. Mogul at the party, then you got the mogulation. Capitate and photo show as if my name was Jason. Making all the fellas at the party lose composure. Hook up the beat with the mic and it's over. Try to request me on the run for whatever. Trials and tribulations that we have to endeavor. Brothers know my CeeLo, it's a letter to the better. If you You see your shorty that you like in your sweater. Silly with the microphone, in other words, I'm loco. 6'0" with my height, but your cocoa. Representing on the mic, it seems to be my daily. I could do a split and turn around like ever nearly. But when it comes to days like this, I got lyrics to go. Lyrics to go.
Ooh, boy.
So dope. So dope.
Timeless. Still sounds good today.
Yes. I remember wanting to memorize every single person that was on that album. I remember making sure that I recognized whose face and whose name it was that was on that album and who had what lyrics on which song. Like, I studied that album, and I'm sad to say that I forgot a lot. I forgot a lot over the years, but that album definitely means a lot to me. And the Wu, they mean a lot to me too, because honestly, Wu-Tang reminds me of my grandmother.
Why is that?
Because my grandmother is the person that put me on to watching Kung Fu movies. Back in the day, the USA channel used to have, I think it was Saturday morning Kung Fu fights, like right after the cartoons.
Theater, yeah.
Yeah, so like we watched those shows faithfully. And then when Wu-Tang came out with their album, and like Japanese culture was already part of the hip hop culture. Like there was a lot of us adopted what we saw in a lot of these flicks, especially the way that they praised Logic and honor. You know what I mean? So that was something major and super important to me that affected me even as a child. So like Wu's first album was super important to me because it finally brought it in.
Right.
You know, like we were already going to the movie theaters every weekend just to watch these Kung Fu movies. We paid like what, $2 to get in to watch these movies. And now finally there was an album based off of it, you know, that just confirmed what we were already doing.
Yeah.
But Midnight Marauders, it's just a little higher on the tier for me. It's just genius.
Yeah.
The song's a genius. The album, even the way the playlist is on the album.
Yeah. Even the tour guide that's speaking throughout the album, everything is just classic. But again, that's another night we have to have. We didn't have our tribe night yet either. That's another night. The great thing about these topic nights is like we're skimming through some of these groups and these acts, but they're gonna also have their own night. So here's another 93 album that came out. This one right here is from the group. Well, I won't even tell you. You'll just listen.
Oh, I know this. Cypress.
Yeah, Cypress. They had their own sound too. You know?
Yes.
Mikkel said Vic looked like he was about to start bogling on that last one.
Coming at the slums, that's the hot bombs. I'm pulling my gat out on all you bums. I bring it on when you wanna come fight this outlaw. Thinking like Billy Ray Cypress. Kill, I bust that grill. Grab my gat and load up the steel. And if you wanna get drastic, I pull out my plastic clock. Automatic, synthetic, material, barrier, plots in order. Heading down to the Mexican border. Smoking that Smalley, Northern Cali. Gonna put a sock in Captain O'Malley. Ho, ho, here the cat come woo. Let me see what you do. It's a said to kill a man, but I'll be damned if I don't take a stand. We ain't going out like that. 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 We ain't going out like that.
Yeah. Yes, Lynn.
Yo, so much energy.
Yes, Lynn. The bass is tough. You're right. What did you say, Smoke?
So much energy in that song. They're just energetic group anyway.
Yeah. And that's the same album that, of course, they had the hit "Insane in the Membrane" on, you know, as well. So I mean, This is all 93. Tribe, Wu-Tang, Cypress with Insane in the Membrane. You know, then you got things like this.
Original rap. Original rap. See how it sound, a little unrational. 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 Bad boy squad and bad boy crew. Everything I do just for you. Another silly sucker wants a champion belt, but like a microwave these days, I make a melt. Return of the boom bap means just that. It means return of the real hard beats and real rap. The ladies in the place like it just like that. I'm around the way guy with the baseball cap. You know my style, you know my name. I'm chilling at the top, but I'm still the same. I never crossed over, never went pop. You know KRS will give you real hip hop. So see how it sound, a little unrational. See how it sound.
Yes, the face, the many faces. Oh God. And we're gonna keep going with that because that same album put this out. Black Cop.
Boy, listen up. Black Cop, Black Cop, Black Cop, Black Cop. Stop shooting black people, we all gonna drop. You don't even get paid a whole lot.
Nope.
Take your M16, put it on lock. Take your 4-5 and you put it on lock. Look up for your people when you walk on the block. Here in America, you have drug spot. They get the black cop to watch the drug spot. The black drug dealer just a white black cop. They're killing each other on the East Coast block. Killing each other on the West Coast block. White police, they never care about that. The one just killing each other over crack. Anyway you put it, it's a black on black. Black cop, black cop, black cop. Black cop, black cop, black cop.
Damn. The teacher.
Knowledge range over nearly everyone.
Everyone.
Yes.
Yo, I promise you, I learned so much about history just from listening to KRS.
No doubt.
I promise you, he opened my mind when I first heard his music. Yo, and then he just made me want to learn about more conscious rappers like X-Clan and the Rebel Isis. I still love her. I still love her.
I still do.
Word.
Yes. What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. KRS definitely opened up a lot. Like he helped you expand your mind. There was sometimes in some of his raps, I would hear him use vocabulary words I hadn't heard before yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Or he would be talking about lessons I wasn't taught yet. So like you said, I would start doing the research. The teacher, like Villa said, the teacher, you know? So we keep going. We go from KRS to this also came out that year. Biggie's first single.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in axe and sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my cat? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bugging and bucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Coming out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is bullshit, and we party, yeah, 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 bullshit.
Wow.
That's exactly what I wanted to do back then. I wanted to party and bullshit, but I was pregnant.
Okay.
So that wasn't happening no more.
No, I was working full time.
I know that's right.
Definitely wasn't partying. You was doing the exact opposite.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
This is crazy. 93, you got Wu-Tang's first album, Tribe's third album, Cypress's second album, KRS Return of the Boom Bap, Biggie's first single ever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You even got this that came out in 93. Album came out.
I love this song.
Oh, this is for you then.
Hey.
Yo, on the front wall, yo, up and get bucked. If you're feeling lucky duck, then press your luck. I snatch fake gangster MCs and make them get flambe. Your nine spray, my mind spray. Malignant myths that'll leave caught defunct. The results, you'll remain stuffed in a car trunk. You couldn't come to the jungles of the East, popping that gang. You won't survive, get live. Catching wreck is our thing. I don't gang bang or shoot out bang bang. The relentless lyrics, the only dope I slang. I'm a true master. You can check my credentials, cause I choose to use my infinite potential. Got a freaky flow. Control the mic like Fidel Castro. Like Cuba, so deep that you can scuba dive. My job's origin is unknown, like the tubers. I've accumulated honeys all across the map. Cause I'd rather bust a nut than bust a nap in your back. In fact, my rap snaps your sapriliac. I'm the Mac, so I don't need to totem at. My attack is purely mental and its nature's not hit. It's meant to wake you up out of your brainwash state, stagnate nonsense. But if you're persist, you'll get your snot box bust. Your press up on this. I flip, hoes dip. None of the real niggas skip. You don't know enough math to count the mics that I whip. Keep the dirty rotten scamp. That's his verbal weapon. Spit,
Fire. Yo, you remember this the video to this?
Of course.
Yo, the raindrops is I mean not the they weren't raindrops. I think he was being tortured, right?
Yeah.
And they kept dropping the water on his face. Yo.
Yes.
Yo, next level shit.
Next level.
For real.
Next level. J. Rue was also somebody in his album here and there that he kind of went into the whole kung fu thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Him and Afu Ra, you know?
Yes.
That's another one. Goodness gracious. Lynn, 93 put NYC back on the scene after the West Coast took over. Without question. They came back with a vengeance. Yeah.
Groundbreaking album. One of my favorites. End of the Stage. There's not if anyone can point out one bad song on this album, please feel free. Let me know. Let me know. Plus, this was the album that ushered in Mobb Deep with the Posse cut. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Dude. I mean, well, we know what originally ushered in Mobb Deep, and that was one of the songs here, actually. I'm glad you mentioned that because this was 93 as well.
Yes.
Mobb Deep, The Pressure. They was little kids talking about hood shit. It was real.
The pressure, dealing with the peer pressure. The pressure, dealing with the peer pressure. The pressure, dealing with the peer pressure. The pressure, dealing with the young black teen. Every day I deal with the pressure and mixed up is how I feel. I walk the streets with a you attitude, and when it comes to my peoples, you ain't have a groove. Follow the crowd, I'll be your leader. Take your pick. Now I'm smoking Buddha Philly blood style. I'm frustrated and confused, young juvenile, singing a Project Blue, so I choose to take a piece of the action.
Like, yo, 93. Come on. There were so many groups that came out or either came back with another really dope album in this year that means everything to us to this day. Like, come on.
Yes.
And kept getting better. Because that Mobb Deep song, I remember when I first heard it, I thought it was cool. It wasn't killing me. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, all right, they pretty dope. And then they came with that next album and it was just over with.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Word.
And Black Moon, they need their own night. Yes, Villa, Large Professor. Yeah, Black Moon need their own night. The whole boot camp clique.
Yes.
That's a whole movement in itself, you know? And the dope thing also was there was so much diversity in 93. Like, this is totally different than everything we already played.
Oh yes.
She said, oh yes. Uh-oh, Victor. He's somewhere off camera having fun.
We like the breeze, float straight out of our lids. Them, they got booed by these Harvard Brooklyn kids. Us floor rush when they DJ booming classics. You dig the crew on the fattest hip hop record. He touched the kinks and sinks into the sounds. She frequents deep, fatter joints called undergrounds. Our funk zooms like you hit the Mary Jane. They flock to booms, man, boogie had to change. Who freaks the clips with mad amount percussion? Where kinky hair goes to unthought of dimensions. Why is it so fly? Cause hip hop kept some drama. When butterfly rock the light blue suede boomers. What by the cut? We push it off the corner. How was the buzz entire hip hop era? Was fresh in fact since they started saying Audi. Cause funk's made fat from right beneath my hood. The pooba of the styles like miles and shit. Like 60s funky worms with waves and perms. Just sending junky rhythms right down your block. We beat to rap, what key beat to lock, but I'm cool like that. 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 I'm cool.
Classic. Oh man,
that's another one. Woo. That's another one. And you know, to stay with them real quick, I need to play this because this is my joint off of that album too. Nickel Bags.
Yo, I needed them to stay together forever.
Yeah, yeah.
I do. Yo, I agree. Because then when that second album dropped, Jesus Christmas.
Yes, I agree.
So let's check out Ladybug.
The bloom, the swoon, the sugars on your block. The planets let them flash in the corners of New York. The ghetto, the meadow, the Mr. Butterfly. The honey bugs dug and licked the honeydew. The sun, the kiss, the funk for a bliss. The lips with the soul and some jazz for your hips. The puff, the buzz, the lids be heavy slick. The Mecca get a rush when the beats be very thick. The hands, the feet, the brown baby treat. The femmes fumble loose and drink the doodle juice. The step, the flams, the planets goddamn. The peoples get a grip with the tape from a jam. A nickel bag of funk, a nickel bag of funk.
A nickel bag of funk, a nickel bag of funk.
A nickel bag of funk, a nickel bag of funk.
A nickel bag of funk, a nickel bag of funk.
A nickel bag of funk.
Fuego.
Ooh, I won't even.
That whole album was crazy. The whole album.
It made it okay to smell like weed. It made it okay to smoke. It just made it okay.
Yeah. A few of, you know what? You're right. A few albums from this time, like the Cypress album, because that was the one that had hits from the bong. And I want to get high.
Yeah.
So high.
Yes.
All of that. Like nickel bag. Jesus, I can't even believe I remember a time where they used to sell nickel bags. But we're not gonna get into that. But wow. Anyway,
I remember a time when they used to sell nickel bags because I used to sell them. That's why. I did. Shit, not gonna lie. Shoot.
I wish I would have known you then, because yeah, nickel bags was everything at that time.
For real.
Nicks.
It was a rebellion.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when that ended as well. But you know, I digress. So this joint right here actually is very, very early Roots joint from their first album, Organics. This was they weren't even on my radar when this came out. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like them doing a mixtape. Their first real album to me was Do You Want
Philadelphia? Oh, do you want more? Okay.
Do You Want More was right before that. You know, but this right here is early Roots.